Kicksan. Now there is the bomb position in a 2-2 setup. We've got Heroic, 2 players outside of the A side with a bomb, and 2 outside of B currently. No commitment will be coming in until a few seconds have passed.
It's all about Maka and Djoko from here, because I mean, they're going to fall right back into this B execute 4-on-5. There's only 2 players here, so it's about what can Djoko and Maka do, and can they survive in doing it? Can they provide this defense, maybe grab 1 more kill before you're falling back? That was a good first opportunity, but they're likely going to want to play this passive outside of these like tricky little shots that Maka's looking for.
Well, the wall of smokes is constructed. Heroic have given themselves cover to put that bomb down at a minimum, but now 4 versus 5 for Heroic to try and turn into a round victory.
And look at the confusion of where do you position yourself. Like, you can't move forward. You don't have control of platform. Smokes are about to fade, and everyone's going to escape. 3 players outside B main, 1 in dark.
Dexter, first touch of the ball here in Cologne, and he goes down. He does a lot of damage, but he doesn't get a kill. And now Nertz is under excruciating pressure in dark. The flash is connected beautifully onto him, and 3D Max now up 3 players.
Good
Got
molly.
a kit, remember, so they can get on that defuse eventually, but that molly's coming in.
Add molly.
Being stuck, and now it is all cleaned up by Shush. Last second headshot right at the end. Heroic with a pistol win picked up off the back of Shush.
Oh, I didn't realize that molly wasn't at the correct angle. It actually didn't land on the bomb plant whatsoever. Shush with a big-time quad kill to clean up the round and save, because this pistol round was actually beautiful for 3D Max. A nice opening kill, a really nice retake, taking care of Dark, finding 1 player towards B main. Just at the end of the day, they let it slip, and that's what he brings to the table right there. That's an angry high five.
That's a player who's missed out on too many matches. He's bringing his energy in.
Yeah.
Watch your slaps. The Dexter slap watch is now on here in Cologne. But 3D Max, what a rough Anubis they had yesterday versus 9Z, Jason. I think they'll just hope to forget about that, but hopefully they had a little bit of learning material from it. They picked it against 9Z and they won 3 rounds. In fact, they won 7 total across a best of 3. So, not a good day at the office yesterday for 3D Max.
Ooh, slid a little bit too wide with that Mac-10, but it's all good. The Molotov means there's no retreat. Lines them up for Nertz to knock them down. Triple kill, and it's 2-0.
Nertz the bowling ball. And there's a buy now available for 3D Max. Oh, it's going to be so frustrating for them to be so close to the pistol win. It's going to now get the job done on rifles instead.
All right, well, he'll have to deathmatch with a Galil.
No op in sight. 5 rifles on 5 rifles. Smoke into dark. Djoko held behind it. Heroic settle into this first gun round with a default. It's got to be a feeling of proving themselves today, 3D Max. You don't get many opportunities, and yesterday was one of them, and they let it slip.
I think that's the theme for both of these teams. Heroic also just like trying to prove themselves with Dexter in the lineup. They just played Blast with their coach. They had a stand-in for the first match. Dexter's finally here, and they're like, all right, let's show everyone what we've got when he's in the roster. When he's in the lineup, this project.
Okay, mid-push is covered by Shush. Looked like Maka was about to catch a player with a nade in hand, but Maka won't go down without a fight.
It's such a crazy risk. Oh, Tess's hears those bullets firing. Even though he gets a little bit blind, he goes for the peek. Won't expect the second player. Gravity. We never figured it out. Gravity.
Look on 15. There he is. He's back. He's returned for a second day here today. An exercise up on bench on top of Heaven. And oh, Gravity's cleaned up. That's 3 sunk. And Shush yet to die. 5-0. 1v2 ahead of him. Gravity got a 4K in this round, and we're all talking about him.
He had the read, though, Shush. He knew exactly where Gravity was going to be after that exchange, and he says, you know what, I'll ignore you for now. I want to take care of the final B defender. And even with a very bold, very risky push through the mid-smoke, 3D Max find victory. Good job from Gravity to take advantage of Exercise's peak and make sure you can clean up those kills in A main.
Heroic don't want to eco. They go for a buy here. AK out on Shush. Galil's on Kicksan and Dexter and Deagles for the rest. Maka starts at dark, has a look down the canal, does not see anything he likes. And will now peel away. Kixan about to peek dark. Djoko on the other side. Molotov comes in and forces him further into the water. A fight Djoko felt like he could win. Couldn't quite connect the bullet, so decides a re-peek would be disastrous. But here comes Shush out through B main. Good timing to catch Gravity on the retreat. Djoko had to trade it and does so effectively.
Might be a chance for one more pick here, but there is a second defender ready to respond and a third defender, Maka in middle, pretty close by. He'll be challenged though as this A main fight comes in. Drops a very timely smoke to negate any advance out of Tessis and Kixan.
35 seconds. Heroic have a lot of ground to make up and not a lot of time to do it.
But if they get this mid kill clean, if they can find Maka, this can all come together very nicely, because so one of those defenders inside the A bomb site is going to have to turn to address it, and there it is. Pretty damn clean.
And here comes the addressing out towards camera. Lucky, that's the bomb. Bomb carrier is softened up and cleaned up. Tessis and Dexter fighting back, and suddenly Djoko is the last remaining player, and he's coming in through middle. He'll arrive at camera right now. Shot will ring out soon enough. That grenade softens up his second opponent because Dexter goes down and Djoko closes on Tessis. That is a massive retake and round from Djoko.
Yeah, that's a beautiful, beautiful 1v2 to win if you're Djoko, but that was maybe a little bit too easy. I think Dexter could have waited a little bit longer on that peak. Wait for your teammate inside the site to get contact. Swinging way too early and Djoko just doubles up.
Hasn't played a whole lot of Counter-Strike recently, Dexter. And
yeah, he's got to shake the rust loose. But an otherwise fantastic round from Heroic, and in fact, that might spur them into another buy. 4 kills in a bomb plant.
Ooh. I'll spoil it for you. They are buying.
Oh. Oh, yeah. Oh, no.
What kind of buy they got? That's the question here. Ooh. It's not amazing, but it's
better than last round.
Definitely better. Yeah, it's a buy. Flashes raining over the top of main. Lucky is connected to that, but it isn't going to slow him down. He wants to make sure there's no one playing close around the stack of pallets. This is going to be a much more direct hit from Heroic, isn't it, Jason? Well, at least it's looking like it.
Yeah, a lot less moving parts in this. No pinch. You're just coming right at the defender, at Lucky, and he's got no utility. He's just used it all. Exercise is going to be his support, his backup. He's got no utility either, and that's a very lucky, fortunate, perfect find through the smoke and dark.
A lot of words there. The only one I heard was Lucky, and it's his time to step up. Pushing into the open. Lucky goes down just after one, but will they think about Exercise as he's exercised his right to defend his site? And he manages 1 kill out of it. Gravity coming in from camera. And it's back and forth, but suddenly a 1v1 established off the back of these fights, and Mako just jiggling, just playing with his foot, and he'll sink Shush with a shot of the AWP.
And Shush might have had the right play if Mako wasn't just jiggling that over and over, but once he does it twice, he knows Shush is kind of frozen out in the open, committed to the spray that he continued. Okay, so he saw him right before the smoke plumes. Good job from Shush, but can't close out the round. Better job from Maka down the stretch with that AWP. And a couple of back-to-back clutches are making this real awkward for Heroic. Because again, 4 kills. Again, you have a chance to force buy back up into it and keep the pressure on this CT side economy. But you desperately need to turn that corner, or else it's all going to go to waste.
Max have already reached the amount of rounds that they got yesterday on Anubis. So by that metric, a better start to today. It's a low bar. That's the one I got.
Okay, another A rush. Here we go. They sense a weakness in these past couple rounds. This time they've got a little bit more utility to give them some safety. Oh, Maka's got to be careful. Breaking the smoke almost backfires, and this defense has been forced all the way back. But utility's about to fade.
Pretty relaxed post plan at the moment.
I don't know if 3D Max is going to want to go for this.
Doesn't seem like it. Unless suddenly well, they clear out Heaven. Definitely no one in Heaven. Now they run right into Shush. Double kill on the Mac-10. Notes up Heaven. And it doesn't go the way of 3D Max whatsoever. Dexter, yeah, another little bit of rust there. Kills his own teammate with a slap. And that is now 3-3. Heroic tie up the game.
Yeah, nicely done from them. Very good convincing hit, and that bomb plant goes down so quickly that the utility and the choke point stalls this retake out for a very long time. Even that Molotov towards Heaven was like, yeah, you clear out a tricky position, but now you got fire there for 7 seconds, which again shrinks the number of choke points you can fight from on the retake. And Heroic will be more than happy to take advantage of that. First time out by 3D Max, as their money is, how do you say crappy in French?
Le crappy.
Perfect.
Merde. I think that's a bad word in French, sorry. Excuse my French.
Alright, they'll talk things over. So they're saying right now, figuring out what they want to buy around this saved AWP from Maka. He could drop an SMG over if they wanted to force up into this. But a lot of emphasis on this A bomb site early. Saw that slow split in a 4v5, 2 mid, 2 A. Other than that, it's been back-to-back rounds of grouped up A executes from Heroic. All of them have been effective.
Yeah, Heroic have just been building their economy through brute force, you know? They just had terrible buy after terrible buy, and it just slightly gets better every time. And now finally, it's looking not so bad. Nerds at the front of the attack. He's held back by the fire. Actually, he's not. He doesn't care. The fire doesn't give a shit. He goes right into the attack, and he's taken out by Lucky. Kixan doubles up, and that entry force is felt by Kixan. Maka arrives at Bricks. Breaks apart Tesses, and this is a retake that looks more winnable for 3D Max. They've got a 3v3 even numbers game, and one of the remaining players are Heroic in the form of Shush is low on health. Gravity clears out Kixan. Shush is at the tip of the fishtail, just waiting. Dexter's trying to draw attention away from Shush, that hopefully they come in looking at him, but with that utility set up, they can feel comfortable about this. They step into the site. Shush isn't checked. He isn't even a thought in the heads of his opponents. And Shush will make them pay with all three. Dexter acts as a distraction, and Shush knocks them down.
And Heroic knock them off that economic advantage. That force buy war that they engaged in the early going has finally paid off. There's no economy whatsoever. 3D Max was fully invested into this. Phenomenal trading. But you gotta feel like, too, moving forward into the next gun rounds, like, Kixan's got this set up. Such a heavy lean towards the A bomb site, round after round. And when does Heroic decide to change things up and exploit any kind of a shift, any kind of a change from 3D Max?
Maybe they should change the name to just 3 Max. That's all the rounds they get here on Anubis.
Nice.
That would be terrible if it actually comes to pass, I would feel.
Someone made that joke earlier.
Really?
Where'd you take it from?
I don't remember anyone.
Someone in the green room.
Oh, really? Maybe I subliminally heard it.
Yeah, you heard it like subconsciously, and it's just stuck there. And you're like, that is good. I'll bookmark that one.
Yeah. Subconscious brain.
It's okay.
Or maybe you had like a deja vu moment. Maybe that's the first time you heard it.
No.
No.
No, it's not.
Okay. This is a good buy for both teams, finally. Yeah, we're starting to get into the real rounds.
The only thing missing for 3D Max at the moment is Maka's AWP, because he's been awesome with it.
Yeah, it's true.
I mean, only 5 kills. Volume isn't there to be anything eye-opening or jaw-dropping, but we've seen the impact in some of those post plants at the A bomb site with the AWP.
Oh, right through that smoke, Tesses. Unlucky.
Super unlucky. Flashbang in towards A main. Activate Nerds to take that control. It's available for him. Gets a little bit of too blind, though, and doesn't want to maintain the foothold. Molotov was raining in, so probably a good thing.
Ooh. Bomb is outside of B at the moment for Heroic. They'll leave Nerds to deal with the possible A threat, but he's got a smoke in his hands and now he's blinded. Maka moves in.
And that just increases, I mean, that just moves the pace forward that Heroic is going to be allowed to take for this B bomb site.
Oh, Maka's right behind them, kicks that sound cue, he turns back, but he can't compose himself quick enough to take Maka out of the round, and now he's proving that he doesn't need the AWP to find impact. Maka with a lovely double kill. Djoko and Lucky combined.
Oh, they're going to hunt this down. You just know they're going to hunt this down. 5-on-1, 25 seconds on the clock. Good shot from Dexter, but he's got to know he's boxed in, pushing from the B bomb site. He's not going to get away. Fourth round for 3D Max, keeping this close.
For the first time in Cologne, they feel like they're getting going here.
Yeah, it felt like yesterday they didn't actually show up inside the server. For all like the potential we saw from them at ESL Pro League, they've just won an event recently. They've been on a little bit of an upswing, but Cologne started out so slow for them, which is understandable. They were a very late addition.
The 9Z came out swinging. Dexter, well, I'd imagine he's going to be a little slow to start, and we'll get his form increasing as the game goes on, but haven't had a classic Dexter round yet, and does not pick up that initial kill with the aggression. Oh, Djoko, that's perfect. Blows open that smoke. Nerds is revealed on the other side of it. He's sunk 2 Heroic players already, and any idea that you had at the start of the round has been thrown into disarray here for Heroic.
And that's a good round that just is a great example of the conversation around Dexter as a player, as 3D Max cleans this round up. But you can see, like, the plays he chooses to make can be so impactful for the team. Like, if he gets that kill, has the op in control of Dark, that's a huge pressure point that's going to make 3D Max move and make them a little bit nervous. But at the other end of that kind of a risk with the AWP when it goes the other direction is kind of like you look at it and you're like, man, why is he choosing to be so aggressive to open up these rounds?
True. I mean, regardless of whether it's a positive or negative or it works out for Heroic today, it will be a case that Dexter is a player that is going to change the way you have been playing without him, right? That's pretty obvious, but he makes a big impact when he comes into the team, and he'll start dictating what he wants to do, what peaks he wants to go, what play he wants to make, and so everyone will have to adapt around that, and it has been a little different as to how Heroic have been playing.
When the hell did Shush get 16 kills?
Just started.
In the 9 rounds of play that we've had so far.
Just at the start of the game, man. He just racked them up with that pistol round, and just been farming ever since.
16 kills, and the scoreboard is still tied up at 5.
Dexter peak. And Djoko clean up everybody that tried to get into Dark.
You just start dancing with that music?
Yeah, it really just
put you in the mood.
Put me in the mood, man. I felt like I was in the market, down at the bazaar, buying my spices. Could do with that in this round. There's nothing.
Yeah, this is
edible.
A spiceless round.
Yeah, this is British food.
This is. It's mushy peas.
Hey, mushy peas are pretty good, man.
Are they?
Yeah, with fish and chips, pretty banging combo. Peas taste better when they're mushed up. Another 4K, or I thought that was 4K. Actually, Djoko stole away the 4th kill from Gravity, who ends up getting himself a 3K. 12 kills on the board for Gravity.
He's had a very good map so far. Very good first half for Gravity. Good impact rounds, multi-kills. Looking good. Final round of the first half.
I'm happy to see 3D Max showing us a bit of their Anubis, because they picked it yesterday, and I was hoping that they would show us a great game, and they didn't get the chance to get going, and finally showing us why they want to go for this as their map pick in Cologne. Maka on top of the table, walks away with that opening kill on Kicksan. Exercise holds down it for Nerds. And it is very likely now we see 7-5 ring out as that kill from Djoko increases that likelihood. Good dink on TSS, he's down to 69.
We'll let that one hang there in the air. 2 versus 5. And any movement they would want to make is blocked off by smoke. So Djoko's going to take the opportunity, knowing that there's not enough bodies to watch for all these pushes. He's on a little bit of an information gathering. Dexter and Tessus still have not selected where they want to go, so Djoko's going to get ever closer. I like this from Djoko and 3D Max, because he's got low HP. So it's like you could just kind of sit and wait for which site they're going to come to, but you're going to be tough to find an advantage fight on the retake. So go explore. Even if you're an easy kill, you'll at least grab information for the team, and he's found a perfect timing.
Oh, wow. Djoko could have had the chance to close on both, but Dexter able to turn on him, but they know exactly where he is now. With 25 seconds left, Dexter has to make a decision, and he decides on A. Okay, Maka goes down, and now Dexter, with 19 seconds left, has decreased the numbers from 5 to 3. Last pieces of utility now being tossed out. He leaps to the site with 12 seconds, taps that plant, trying to draw the Heaven player into a peek, but he's distracted by camera. And 3D Max come to day 2, and they come to play. They lead the way at the turn of the first half. Yesterday was pure disappointment for 3D Max, but Dexter's return to Heroic is not looking so clean in the first half of play, at least. This is 3D Max leading the way 7-5, Jason. It's their map pick, and they have got a small lead that could shrink quite quickly.
And this is the 3D Max we wanted to see yesterday. The one that's providing resistance, the one that's winning battles, multi-kills all over, that's showing why we've been a little bit positive about their performances of late.
Yeah.
Yesterday, they didn't even appear really at the studio, it felt, but today we've got them, and they've got that 2-round lead.
It's going to be a 3-man push here for the CT side of Heroic, or at least a 3-man setup outside of A. This could end up being a bloodbath if 3D Max commit through those arches. Ooh, the calm before the storm.
I know, the quiet. It's almost uncomfortable.
It's gonna get loud though. Surely.
Well, I mean, obviously Heroic's not feeling nervous at all about the lack of noise on the map so far. You've got Nertz over in middle, and he's keeping track of any kind of mid-aggression. Just now you're starting to see the CTs get a little antsy. Shush looked like he wanted to push, maybe called off. A minute on the clock, and still nothing from 3D Max.
Ooh, finally the silence is broken by a little splish splash. Getting their feet wet. They're gonna leave A. I was getting excited about that.
This is going to have to be a 5-on-5 retake, which is not cool.
No, it's not as cool as just running into a 3-man stack on A and you have 5 players battling through.
And if you're Heroic, you're like, ah, damn it.
Yeah. We set up the B retake setup, but we didn't really want to have to use it. But
they have a smoke and a kit on Kixon, and that's as we know, they're just not moving from the A bomb site. So this is going to be very late when they get into it. So it's going to have to be a quick smoke and hop and pounce on that bomb ASAP.
Heroic pulled a pistol round from the clutches of despair in the previous half. They're going to have to try and do that again. 3D Max with the bomb down. Timer is ticking. 3/4 of it left. Djoko stands on default. First kill is 3D Max's to play with. Follow-up is also 3D Max's. And it is not looking fantastic for Heroic. It is not looking like they're going to get a step closer to the bomb site. 3D Max win the pistol, and they do it comfortably. And I mean, we were talking about it yesterday against 9Z. They had 0 kills in both pistols on Anubis.
Yeah, it wasn't great at all. This time they've got that pistol. I think the only thing really that Heroic could have done would be at some point, if you don't feel any pressure, is shift up that 3-man stack at A main.
Start moving a little bit.
Yeah, but I mean, that's the strat you called, and you just stick to it. There was no real indication of that hit coming in before it did, so I didn't feel like they had to do anything.
And they didn't.
And they didn't.
Well, now they got an A stack again. And once again, 3D Max are starting with 4 players outside of the A bomb site. Surely in a round like this, you don't commit to one site so heavily instantly. That would be a death wish.
No, but you do the full set piece and you send that MAC-10 in first to investigate, and depending on how he does, you either fall back or you go at it. Oh, the Heaven Smoke missed. Heaven Smoke missed. They're committed. They're full committed, and they really wanted that to be blocked off. But now, they can back away. They'll have to take the loss of the MAC-10 and a rifle.
But they got the mid player in Lucky, who hasn't cleanly taken Nertz, but eventually should. Nertz is very low. The rest of the rifles should clean up. And suddenly danger is averted. Dexter comes back in, finishes off that mid player who was low. He'll pick himself up at Galil.
Pretty good damage, all things considered, for Heroic for not investing anything into this, and Dexter's going to be happy to just bring the Galil into the next round. That's money they can pass over at a 4-round deficit.
Yeah, not bad.
But now 3D Max has to do it the hard way. One a pistol, one against unarmored USPs, and now the rifles are going to come in, so things get more difficult. Quiet in the studio all of a sudden. It's very chill.
Yeah, Liquid and
very
Fury
relaxed atmosphere in here. Now also gone to a third map? Or halftime, maybe?
Must be halftime. Yeah, it's halftime. So, the Liquid Fury game was getting very loud, that's for sure. Currently, ultimate top frag game for Liquid.
Love to see that.
Polska Gorom. And yeah, Fury won the first map there, 13-8 on Anubis. Liquid was starting a bit of a comeback. And then it got ended in a pretty cool fashion. So you guys can check out that game on the A stream. Complexity Eternal Fire later on, and alternate attacks versus Falcons. Still to come today on day 2.
Winner of that will play Saw. Or excuse me, Big. Round 15. Aggression out of A main. Shush has the opener. Exercise going to come back, but he's going to find those CTs disappeared. But with that kind of a play and that kind of control of A and that kind of information gathered, 3D Max probably feel like they can't wait behind these smokes and utility. They have to go through. Dodges the flashbang. 1-for-1 trade for Nerds, and the B bomb site is open for business.
The bomb is luckily coming in from Dark, so it doesn't have to cross into the pathway the CT player kicks in. So Exercise can plant the bomb without putting himself in danger's way. Now the post plant begins.
Where does he want to go though after this plant? Molotov towards Temple, crosses back into Dark.
And strong setup here between the 3 remaining players.
It leaves Gravity a little bit alone.
Sure does, who's now just giving away his position with that utility being used up. He starts to move, he starts to get proactive. Kicksand takes him out before going down. Split second in that. Exercise moves out of darkness now, knowing where the last player is. But Dexter, this could be his first big clutch, returning to competitive play, but he is downed by Lucky. Just about stays alive. That 3D Max up to 10 rounds. They're toying with Heroic.
Well, that was a little bit sketchy though. Exercise coming out of Dark was great. That first kill was beautiful towards Ivy, but the follow-up peek, not necessary. This second one when he swings out to give Dexter this kill and this opportunity. Still coming through the smoke right at the defuse tap, and Dexter almost turns in time but can't make it. 10-5. Dexter's got the op out though, and that might be the last hope for Heroic to make this comeback.
CT opping.
But does he really want to bust it out now?
He can sell it and give it back. But who's going to tell him to do that? Gotta be Kicksan.
It's a huge investment and risk to get the op out here when your teammates are just going to have upgraded pistols, but Heroic want to have some element of being able to win this round and are probably thinking too, this is one of those rounds we'll give up on early if there's a chance to save the AWP. That'll be priority.
But with the way Dexter likes to op, he might put himself in a position where it might be difficult to get it back to safety. We'll see how he wants to play this round.
Surely he takes the more aggressive peek, but actually not even going to be really time for him to figure anything out.
This is a save already.
Yeah, it's going to be a save call after this B-bomb site is lost, for sure.
One from Tesses. Kicksands 5-7 caught, and great call from 3D Max.
All right, Dexter, don't even
come near it.
Good. There's no reason. There's no reason.
I mean, it's a good thing that they went towards the opposite side of the map as the AWP, because I don't think his op would have been able to handle that execute. That was intense from 3D Max. Gravity's having one hell of a game alongside Djoko at the moment.
Yeah, those two have played very well. Plenty of multi-kills on holds for Gravity. 1v2 clutch for Djoko. Good impact here and there. 3D Max just 2 rounds away from taking the first map in this series. I'm so happy we're getting this too, because we ended it yesterday by saying like there is a better 3D Max out there in the world that did not show up on day 1.
Yeah, and all it took was a good night's sleep.
Yeah, and probably, you know, when you get that kind of a late invite, you know, mentally you're not really prepared. If you know Cologne is coming up, you're grinding, you're practicing, you're having those conversations. You get that late invite, and I think yesterday might have been that cold water to the face that wakes you up and is like, look, I know we're at a disadvantage with the way this is all panned out, but we got to look at this as a great opportunity at the biggest event of the year to make a mark.
Ancient up next. That's the pick of Heroic. And currently it's looking like Heroic are going to have to rely on that to stay in this series. This is their last real crack of the whip.
And I think 3D Max is like, you know, this kind of more passive setup they are at this B bomb site. We're loving it. We'll take this space. We'll swing right in. Mac 10 Nerds misses the shot. Oh, Djoko builds upon that great game, and 3D Max is going to march right to 12 with ease.
Gravity. Out his own teammate Shush. There was a second where he's blasted open and he's taken out by Lucky. Dexter again.
This op hasn't fired a bullet yet.
Exactly. It's being involved in 2 rounds by just existing on the server, but it hasn't actually done a thing because he's just been so far away from the actual action. It is 12 rounds to 3D Max. I can't believe how much better they're playing today. This is amazing to see. Because if you look at the round timeline, it's crazy how many rounds Heroic won, first of all, right? They had a great streak early on, picking up a number of their rounds in the first quarter of the game, and then after that, it's just been 3D Max dominating them.
Yeah, from round 9 on, this has been all 3D Max. You know, in the last 4 rounds of the first half, there were 5 total kills for Heroic. They didn't even come close to winning a round.
Oh, up is gone too.
And then the second half now, as we switch sides, has been 5 straight for 3D Max. They've got economic advantage. They've got strategic advantage. They've been able to just rinse and repeat, take this B bomb site at will. And Heroic's going to have to respond to that in some fashion.
What a way to get rid of the AWP. Trapeze artists just flying at Dagster.
And this is all with Shush having 17 kills. I mean, 16 of them were in the first half. He's gone quiet here, but it's crazy to think.
Double up T side. What's the idea here?
I think they probably figure that Heroic is going to have to do something a little bit tricky, like the static kind of passive defense at the B bomb site hasn't worked. They think there's going to be a push, and there will be.
And here it comes. Maka blinded, forced off that angle. Lucky just about gets that headshot before he's blinded.
And they know there's one more trapped.
Yeah, so they're going to go and get him. Missed shot. Lucky, again, protecting his teammate in Maka. 3D Max now 3 kills away from locking in this first map.
This is where this just slows down, because now you sit with this double op setup and you're like, all right, let's perch the ops up somewhere. There's going to have to be a reaction. You can't play 3v5 without peeking something for 1 minute and 20 seconds. That peek is going to come to dark and get punished. Well, Dexter's arrival has been underwhelming.
So far, absolutely. Still more in this series, of course. Got Ancient next, but Heroic, yeah, it'll be a tough day to finally get those issues sorted, get him out here to Cologne, and then go out in your first game against a team you feel like you should be beating.
Dexter's making the right read. Gets that 1 kill and hustles over to the 8 bomb site. He might get here in time, but surely he'll be smoked off.
Kixon's been quiet, and again, he's detected here at IV. He's going to be cleared out easily, so it's all Dexter. He has to go for this, and he's just outmatched by Maka. What a return to form from 3D Max. Day 1 of Cologne was a disaster, but day 2 is looking fantastic. Looking pretty rough for Heroic as they head into map 2 here.
They got absolutely smashed on map 1. Really wasn't a chance for Dexter to have a whole lot of impact. A couple of rounds that he was looking for his plays, not able to make them happen, and just at the end of it, there was no way Heroic was ever going to be in a position to challenge for Anubis. So we switch over to Ancient and see what they can do here. And 3D Max, can they impress us one more time?
Well, only one way to find out. They start on the CT side.
C-Tizzle.
C-Tizzle.
I don't know why.
Let's see what they have some Rizzle as Nertz comes out off the top of Lich. It's a great shot on Djoko. Nertz is just charging forward around Donut. Mako goes down as well. Heroic have 2 players up already, and Nertz isn't stopping. Heroic just charged into this A site.
Yeah, Heroic have a little bit of attitude in this round. So there was some kind of a pep talk of guys, like, just hold the W key, just kill things. Stop overthinking it, and just headshot.
Last round. Unless.
Okay, chill.
Unless.
Chill.
We're all good. Sure, it's just pushing forward into a CT.
Udrix ain't in this pistol round. There's no chance.
Yeah, that's true. He wants to get rid of the kit. He's going to find it. Exercise coming at him. Nope. Defended. And that's Heroic with the pistol round. Now, we do expect Dagster to be a little shaky in his first game. You know, that's fine.
Everybody gets one.
Yeah, but this is his only game, unless Heroic.
Potentially, yeah. If they don't win the series, this will be his only maps played in this event.
So you want to see some impact. You do want to see Dagster come in and take over the server at some point.
Well, also, I mean, look, this is Heroic's map pick, right? This is exactly where they want to take it, so they've obviously got to be feeling really good about Ancient and feeling really good about how they play this map with Dagster in the lineup.
I mean, Dexter at this point is like a stand-in, to be honest. He's just been out of the team for so long. Coming in, starting fresh here in the the all official games. Kicksan already out with Nerds through elbow. Nerds can be really difficult to deal with and shut down on those elbow plays. We'll get to see that throughout this game and see if 3D Max can handle him on the T side. But so far, it is very well handled by 3D Max over. Oh, okay, Djoko. What a shot on the Deagle. Tessus couldn't stand on his feet. He just gets clotheslined.
I don't even mind the aggressive play from Tessus because he knows there's one over in Jaguar. He's trying to beat that timing of where he rotates back. He's trying to get that 1v1 before the SMG can be involved, but boy, does he get deleted.
Well, the good start for Heroic has come to a close, it would seem.
Hey, listen, it was a great round, though.
From
Heroic.
Yeah,
The start was fantastic.
Kind of went exactly how they would have wanted it in mid. And now it's stalled out completely.
We'll always have the pistol round.
There will always be the pistol.
This will be a long, extended save, it appears. So if any of you need to pee,
We'll grab a monster.
need to grab a monster, some popcorn, some snacks.
So
of any
Jason
kind.
did. He grabbed a monster, and now he's saying see tizzle.
Yeah, true.
So if you want that, go ahead. That's the smoke up. It's not going to be a save, Jason. In fact, it's an attempt.
Yeah.
And I like it.
I take it back. Don't go get a snack.
Yeah, come back. Run. Run right back because this round's back on, baby. Kicksan. Kicks into gear and goes right into the cave. Forces Maka out, and now it's Lucky with a 1v2. He'll come back in. He's got a kit. He's got a smoke. Two players lying wait in front of him.
How do you lose this round if you're 3D Max? They might have been on the same wavelength that I was. They're like, oh, they're saving.
And they shut it down, but Lucky's coming into this. He can still win it, but he's spotted. And now he has to go into the open. He doesn't see the second player. Shush is lying in wait. The smoke is onto the bomb, but Lucky's so low that just one straight bullet through that smoke will take him out of there. And Shush is waiting for the knife. Oh, what a way to pull it back. Rin it back in. The start was fantastic. The finish was even better for Heroic.
It can't be this easy when you have this kind of an advantage. 4-on-2. And just no ability to have cohesion in the late round. There's the kill towards short, kill in cave, 3 isolated fights, 3 individual kills, and 3D Max have to be really kicking themselves for that.
Oh yeah, they gotta be kicking themselves big time. If Jason did make you leave the room and go get a drink, well, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I apologize as well.
Yeah. I'm sure it'll be on Twitter or it's on socials.
I'll take that one.
You know? 3D Max down to just all little pistols. And they're going to start getting melted. Tessus and Dexter taking 2 of the CTs down. And it's now just Maka. Little lonely Maka. And that's the 3-0 start for Heroic. That's a tilter as well. For 3D Max, you're going to be thinking about that round.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how much you talk about it, moving past it, there's always like a couple players, every team has them, a couple players who are just like, I can't believe we lost that round. And it takes them a little bit of time to move on. So you know what solves that problem is winning. So this next gun round right here, 3D Max do something cool here, they get a dominant round win here, and all of a sudden you forget about losing a 4-on-2.
Ooh, Dexter's got the AWP out. He's got it out here in the T side. Excited to see how this goes. Maka. He's got his big green ready to go. Out mid is Kicksan charging, blinded. Nerds trades it. A man that loves the MP7.
It's a gentleman's weapon.
And he is the only gentleman that uses it in pro play, it feels like.
Oh, Djoko had it.
That's a bad timing for Djoko. He ends up getting toppled by Tessus, who hears the steps of gravity charging towards him inside of the cave. He's ready for this. He's also ready for a CT swing. Great positioning there for Tessus.
Yeah, getting peeled apart. Good timing. Good job hearing the footsteps. Nade brought out as well. And 3D Max can't challenge for this. Lucky and Maka have nothing to do except save the AWP. So this time, truly, it will be a save. I feel very confident in making that claim this time around.
You can say this one, yeah.
Yeah. The bomb hasn't been planted yet, so you guys got plenty of time.
In before the most mental thing in Counter-Strike history just happens here.
What would it be? Of all the mental moments we've had in Counter-Strike history, what would have to happen to top them?
The bomb would just randomly despawn.
Okay, so it just
hands.
Disappears?
Just into thin air.
All right.
And then they're just standing on the other side of the map, and it becomes a race to beat them. And then the CTs win.
Okay.
You mean,
Yeah.
It's close to happening, you know. There's been stuff like that happen before. Like the bomb used to fall through the map. Jame at the Copenhagen Major.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was one. He crashed. So divine interventions happened a few times.
True. It's a fair point.
But not this time.
Not this time.
It's 4 rounds in a row for Heroic. Testis is happy. Saw probably happy to be standing there again.
Only G2 gets divine intervention.
Yeah, it's true. They really do. And mainly Hooksy. So hope we get to see Hooksy back on our screens soon.
Good timing for Tess's. Djoko had no idea he was there and just gets caught. And that's the trigger to move forward. Timeout taken from 3D Max. They have a saved AWP, saved M4. Both of those players can drop rifles over to their teammates. You would imagine this is going to be another buy. Another pretty solid buy. Plenty of money to put together a dangerous investment for 3D Max. Timeout comes to a close.
Yeah, they've had a couple of tries to get this half going. They've had a couple of opportunities. Obviously, the 2v4 doesn't help.
Never does.
No,
really.
When that goes against them. So this, it must be the time 3D Max finally put a round on the board on this CT side. You don't want to undo your dominant victory. That feeling of elation that when you pick up Anubis in significant fashion, you go down this early on Ancient. Lucky he's got 15 health left. But look at Gravity. Look at this.
Oh, this is a timing and a half. All right, boys at the A bomb site, fall back. You guys have cleared mid. I've cleared outside of A. Hustle over to the B bomb site. Now, this should make Maka, although he has an op, and Djoko maybe step forward and you can be a little bit more aggressive, a little bit more of, you know, controlling space at the top of the ramp because you have 2 more supplemental players coming in and a flank.
Well, the utility is raining in. Steps being made. Gravity realizes there's a timing on this. He must start to go forward soon. Dexter's about to be spotted. His glutes just peeking around that corner. Oh. Absolutely no way. Dexter turns for that kill. Gravity. Oh my god. Oh, there goes Gravity. Absolutely. That turn from Dexter is so wild. And Heroic now with a 4 versus 3 post plant. Flustered utility for 3D Max.
This is a save now. You can't go for it.
Oh.
Everything relied on that flank.
How? Poor Gravity.
A couple of heartbreaking rounds in the first 5 played here on Ancient for 3D Max, and Heroic are the ones bouncing back and looking like a whole new team on Ancient. Third map would be Nuke between these two teams.
Right now looking like that is a likelihood because 3D Max can't get anything to go their way. This is so ridiculous, man. Oh. That was a pretty tame reaction, honestly.
Yeah, what are you going to do? Just like, yep, that happened. Okay. Cool.
All right, man. At least they have a good buy again. Now they've got max loss bonus to lose this as well. No one from Heroic going anywhere other than B. It's a quick call. It's direct. It's straight into the belly of the beast. And Tesses, he's charging around that corner with a MAC-10. Djoko. Oh, he detects that flank. He turns back in time. Dexter finally finding impact with that AWP, and Nurse was deeper than Djoko anticipated. He goes down in a 3 versus 3, and you've been saving all game long. There's got to be a round where you go for it. And this seems to be the one. A 3 versus 3, but Exercise is now getting mollied. He's got to use his own smoke, and that creates a difficulty of exiting Cave.
Yeah, you're not getting into this retake. It's a save again.
It had to be. They wanted to go for it, but they just couldn't find the situation.
Exercise takes a little bit of damage in that Molotov because he's trying to like aim to throw it like on the edge of the molly so that it plumes in a way where they can still go for the retake, and just says, screw it. I just want to save myself at this point. 6-0.
Oh, wow.
And as you mentioned, it's all B hits. That bomb site is wide open.
Haven't been able to figure it out here.
Djoko had a lovely map on Anubis to open up the series, really having a tough time getting control of this B bomb site.
They actually did pretty well in the initial wave of attack, it felt like. They got the first 2 kills, but it was just the relentless nature of the Heroic push. There was just another player following in. The spacing was good. Djoko didn't even expect Nerds to be up long.
Yeah, he followed up. I think that was a Mac 10 was the first kill Djoko got, trying to swing around long. That follow-up from Nerds was just later than Djoko ever expected. Still, by virtue of saving three guns in back-to-back rounds, they can still afford a full buy.
Oh.
They just can't seem to get anything going.
Dexter annihilates Lucky. The elbow smoke is blown wide open. Dexter shoots that shot straight through his skull. Gravity. Oh, this poor guy. That Kixan has 11 HP and the bullets.
Utility style points for Kixan there.
The Maka push. Nah, it wasn't going to work out ever.
No, but again, it's like I mentioned the same exact thing on Anubis 3v5 with over a minute in the round, and you can't just win those rounds by being static and holding a position. You got to do something, and Heroic's well aware of that, patiently waiting for it.
Oh, Tibbity tapping away, and Nert's unable to land that headshot.
It's okay, you know where both players are. Bomb can be picked up back to the B bomb site where players are already.
Djoko just flashed himself, and he still got the kill.
Okay, this gets weird now. You can come back into this, but the danger is Shush with the AW. Oh, this is a perfect angle.
Oh, this is great from Shush. Will he land a shot? He absolutely will. Now sees the second player, goes back into that, and Shush will collect 3 in the round.
He was an opper all along.
Yeah, he can do everything, Shush.
Second timeout used by 3D Max, yet to put a round on the board. Plenty of money, another full buy coming in, which is making it all the more frustrating because this isn't a half where you're like, oh, you know, they haven't really been able to buy a whole lot. They've struggled to get the op out. They've been having low buys, half buys, low economy. They've been flush with rifles. They've had plenty of rounds with rifles in the AWP, plenty of rounds with full utility, and just have no solutions. Individually struggling to get stops on the opening fights. Not giving themselves any tactical advantages. And running out of opportunities to get into this map.
It's heavy A this time from Heroic, and that's actually detected quite early on into this round by 3D Max because they've decided to go into A main with 2 players. Now they've seen one, but will they look for exercise? He's wrapping around Nerds. Oh my god, it can't keep happening. How is this happening again? Heroic turned around on that 180, exercise is down, and they just can't find anybody. They just can't get a kill.
I think Heroic just leave Nerds though. Just like say good luck. Like we can't dedicate resources to keeping you alive. It's a little bit too dangerous. So it ends up in a 1-for-1, which isn't bad for 3D Max. Good job from Djoko to just keep that up until that smoke fades, and now they can settle into a 4-on-4. But yeah.
Unlucky. And inaccurate.
It's a brutal combination.
Oh. Well, they can just use a second molly, make sure mid is clear. 40 seconds left. Lucky's sitting inside a donut. Let's look at the chow down on him. Thanks, just got that AWP. Boom, missed shot. Lucky couldn't quite get a second. Gravity will muster a kill on Tessus. Djoko up on top of boost, makes Shush go silent. And now Kixan with a 1v3. He knows he's got a shot at this. Descent down is Djoko, but look at Gravity, he's close to CT. He thinks it's a fake though, and he's gonna wait on Maka to join him. So Kixan now has a clutch that is winnable. The in-game leader of Heroic is fixated upon CT. Are they going to be able to pull this off? It's an up-close quarter and a low HP player, and Maka needed to hit that shot instantly, and he nails it. Finally a round for 3D Max.
Finally, that doesn't give you very good feelings though. I mean, it's a nice start, but you've got plenty more to work for after this. Really grueling clutch. Kixan almost putting together a 1v3. And yeah, this is just the misfortune. Nothing is going right in these opening engagements for 3D Max. Only 2 opening kills in the 8 rounds of play so far. Round 9. 3D Max must build upon that. plenty of money for Heroic for the foreseeable future. They've got 2 more rounds of buys built up. This time, finally, Exercise is able to add a 3rd opening kill for 3D Max.
Oh, Kicksan making his way, but look at this. Exercise is still behind him. Nips at his heels and switches out to that AK-47. Shush took damage in his fight, but he still want to kill elsewhere. And now Dexter's poking and prodding, trying to figure out if he can spot out Djoko, but good angle to take Dexter out of play. It's much better from 3D Max.
Yeah, all they needed was that first one.
Yeah, it's the hardest one to get.
Another 4v2. Shush with only 9 HP. Bomb is on his back. 1 minute remaining. Very passive defense. Could allow a plant. I don't think they'll use smokes, though. I think Heroic in this 2v4, they want to be surprising first and foremost. That's actually a pretty disgusting flick. Very small pixel showing. And a very fast reaction from Maka. Can't get the follow-up, but still Tessa's no real chance to win the round.
Oh, Tessa's fake plants. Gets off it, moves around the smoke, using it as cover, creating himself a new dimension! And he's taking a first. Couldn't quite grab that second, but okay. Tessa's was on for it.
Maybe he found a chance.
Yeah.
He wins that
to really be quiet, Jason.
I know, I really
you're working against the French here.
Just start shutting up more often.
You're going to be public enemy #1 in France.
I think if he gets that kill, though, he switches immediately to the bomb, right? Surely he just goes for the plant after that. And the cave player takes him out. That's what my brain's telling me.
Well, we'll never know. And you were right at the end of the day, so timeout taken here for Heroic. As their first used. Saw finally getting on the mic. Probably misses sitting down there. Getting to play. He actually didn't look too bad with Saw, all things considered.
Yeah.
It was
all things considered.
In fact, he's a coach.
We have a very generous bar for the coaches.
Yeah, we do. Yanko played well one time in Sydney.
Yeah, he did. Run it back, baby. Gravity's going to be in Jaguar. Lucky in middle. Dexter deciding not to challenge with that AWP.
Yeah, he got burned up on the way up towards the entrance. So decides to call that maneuver off. And Heroic will slow things down. They got loads of util. Oh, Gravity getting dropped very low indeed.
Yeah, but the response from 3D Max, Molotov and Smoke at ramp to force back that pressure.
But you're getting utility out of them by just using bullets if you're Heroic. You just got 2 more smokes out of them. There's still just under a minute left.
Got a long route to go though, and if you try and go mid to donut, yeah, I was gonna say Lucky has a smoke, and he's gonna drop it there. So the idea for Heroic to kind of take mid control with the Red Room smoke has succeeded, but they've got nowhere to really go after that. 35 seconds on the clock. Time now an issue.
But you can't break open the smoke, but the flash, oh, it connects well into the Heroic players. Lucky is kept alive for a moment longer because of that, and there's still pieces of utility that are making this difficult. You can't get rid of the fire. You must respect the flames. And Exercise throwing the grenade in as the follow-up. 18 seconds left for Heroic. They start to exit donut. Exercise only getting 1. Nerds trades effectively. Now at 3 versus 3 with 10 seconds left. That bomb finally starts getting planted.
Retake's going to be tough. Gravity's going to have to lead the way with low HP. Djoko's going to have to be excellent in backing him up, and they line up. And that's another double for Shush, and Maka got to save the op.
That doesn't get much easier for Shush, does it? 2 kills just perfectly laid out for him. He munches on them. And now it's 8 rounds for Heroic. We got a tour, really, of the whole map. That was cool.
It was cool.
You got to see all of B, then middle, donut.
It's a beautiful map.
It is very green.
Scenic.
And green.
And good music.
It does have relaxing music, but it is pretty annoying when you're like tilted. You're sitting in spawn, you just hear this.
Yeah, but isn't that the point of relaxing music? Because for when you're tilted.
True, but when you're tilted, you're tilted.
Yeah, it's hard to get out of that.
Ooh. Lucky, that was pretty well there. 2 rounds left in this half. I think it's fair to say if 3 Max don't somehow win this, it is going to be a rough time.
I think even if they win it, it seems like it's going to be a rough time.
A4 though, if they get the last 2 rounds, but if they don't get the last 2 rounds here, it does feel like it's another one of those scenarios where you lose the pistol and we're moving on. And they're not winning this round.
You never know. I've said that a number of times here.
Oh, no, we know.
Yeah.
We know.
Again, Heroic is just going to allow the utility to subside, the smokes to fade. 2-man advantage, excuse me. Molotov takes an awkward bounce, which they didn't notice. And that was an angle they thought would be covered off by the flames.
Oh. Lethal acupuncture to the head. Well, as it looks easily in control of Heroic here, I'm just going to take a little gander over at that A stream and have a look at that matchup. It's looking like a good game over that. And that is looking like a good shot. Djoko straight through Tessus. 39 seconds. We say you never know. Well, right now it is comfortably. It's in the round of Realms, a possibility that Heroic take away this map, send us into the final, the decider. And I'm glad Heroic are playing better. You know, it's pretty disappointing seeing their Anubis performance. We wanted Dexter to come in and just click and work instantly, but it took a while.
We'll mop up Ancient, and then we'll check him out on Nuke as well. Coming back into this series, instant red smoke is there. Lucky and Exercise to come through. That Molotov has screwed with Lucky throughout this whole half, and again, it's going to do it. Nerds can't convert and switch over to the second, but Exercise can, and Maka's in a position to cover his elbow.
Nerds work so well in tight areas. Able to make the most out of that awkward smoke. But it hasn't resulted in Heroic staying ahead on player count. In fact, 3D Max building into a 3rd round here in the first half. It's not a lot, but it's better than 2.
Yes, it is. I'll back you up on that.
Thank you, Jason. There's not much else to say. Not much to really grasp onto.
It is more than 2. Dexter. Oh, he spots one. He spots.
But he's also been spotted.
Gravity knows it. Back to it. Oh no!
Oh, the AK. There's what we like to see from Dexter.
Okay, that was designed. I thought he messed up.
Dude, if he wins this,
he's sprinting. So Exercise is calling this out. He can hear these footsteps. All the defenders are going to start moving.
Oh,
good molly towards a main, but Dexter's going for the win. He doesn't just want to grab 1 kill. He's looking to hopefully catch off 1 before he plants that bomb. Not going to happen. 3D Max get only their 3rd of this first half. And it's backs against the wall for them. Pistol round's a must.
Anybody else but you. 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 I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you. But you. I don't want anybody else but you. I need anybody else but you. Anybody else but you.
It's a team effort from Heroic in the first half has got them a 6-round lead, 9-3, as they look to force us onto Nuke, a third and deciding map in the series. Avoid elimination early here at IEM Cologne, and so far, so good.
I'll set the expectations, Jason, for the viewer at home. It does feel like this half may be less than 5 minutes long. It does feel like that's a possibility at this point if this pistol round goes in favor of Heroic, or you could be settling yourselves in for one of the loveliest comebacks of 3D Max's history.
Yeah, that would be interesting. They struggled with pistol rounds yesterday. Obviously, a completely different team coming in today, coming into their second series of the tournament. Lucky is going to test the waters in middle, but this will always end up at the B bomb site, and Heroic's going to get aggressive. They don't want to wait.
He's got 2 guns.
One for each of you.
He's ready to use them. Shadow shown. Tessa's unable to really get the chance, so they're running back. They're taking steps into the B-bomb site instead because the attack is coming. Mako, Djoko, and Lucky. They all chime in. They all get a piece of Heroic. And I don't know how he got one.
No,
I have no idea how Dexter got one that.
I tell you what, though, 3D Max kind of getting away from one here. They had that full execute on the push, behind the push, which is obviously going to be sketchy for Heroic, but the molly missed. So there was a little bit of safety for Heroic to fall back to, and they might have been able to make a stand of some kind there. But good shooting on the follow-up from 3D Max, and they'll take the pistol still alive here on map 2, and a chance for them to make this comeback happen and take the series 2-0.
Yeah, they had to win the pistol. It was so important for them. But we'll see if Heroic decided to go for a 4-spy here. You'd imagine with the rounds that they have,
they didn't do it. They didn't do it previously.
Oh,
they didn't do it on the last map.
Well,
we'll
have to wait and see if they do this time.
That was the last map.
That was the last map.
Here on Ancient, we got a scout on Dexter, MP9 on Kixon, MP9 on Shush, and a couple of 5-7s to round it out.
Ugh. This could be...
It's not giving you a happy feeling?
No, not really, but could be a disastrous feeling for 3D Max if they lose this. So you've got rounds to play with. You're willing to take this risk. Let's see if it pays off. Kicks out, charging in towards Jag. Tesses is the only player to get something out of this cave push.
Let's be honest, Dingo. If this is a matchmaking game, you call for that second round buy.
Oh yeah, I just buy.
Yeah, you don't even call for it.
Yeah,
Snap
I just buy, and it's like my whole team eco.
Yeah, we're doing this, boys.
Well, I believe I'm gonna get that Deagle clip every round.
I know you do. Good find from Gravity, and it's just the scout remaining on the map, but even that's a little bit boxed in. You've got Mako with the Mac-10 over in A main. He could choose to push forward.
It is crazy how quickly the gaps shrink in CS2 now. You're just seeing...
Still not used to it in MR12, right?
You're not super used to it because you're like, it's 9-3, and then you win the pistol, you win against the 4-spy, and you're going to get a full eco you're going up against. Now it's 9-6.
Well, we did the math at one of the Pro League seasons, and if 11-4 for MR15 was the
most dangerous scoreline.
The most dangerous scoreline, it works out that 9-3 in MR12 is the most dangerous scoreline.
Yeah, we really should get Zonic to say it, and then it's true.
And then it's true.
We'll see what Falcons can do today against alternate attacks.
I don't even want to think about it. That whole project is
the most dangerous.
It's a bad time over there.
Oh. Great work from Djoko. That's Tesses. Dagster dead. And we're going to get the expected result out of this round, which is 3D Max comfortably collecting it and making the scoreline 9-6.
Yeah, they wasted no time getting into the party this round.
They arrived fashionably early.
All right, next gun round. This next round is going to be very, very important.
Dagster has enough money for an AWP if he wants it.
Oh, he wants it, baby.
He wants it.
Was there any doubt?
Nope, not really.
He snap bought that faster than you buy deals.
Yeah, that's true. He's got that snappity-tappity onto the AWP.
Snappy-tappity.
Yeah.
Are you upset at all that just came out of your mouth?
I was like, is there legal repercussions if I use the real word? And I thought I could get around it. Yeah. I'm like, maybe it's copyrighted.
This one's got to be trademarked. I can't say it.
Yeah, this is definitely trademarked.
So snappity-tappity is what you went to.
Yeah, it's not even close. No one knows what I'm talking about.
It looks like we've got a tech.
A little restart of a video game going to be going down. So, shouldn't take too long. The PCs are fast here, powered by Intel. So we'll be back into the game as quickly as possible.
They are fast.
Although if you're 3D Max, you don't want this tech pause right now.
No, but it's not the worst thing in the world, right? You're still coming into the first gun round. It's like you haven't really caught a streak in the important rounds quite yet. Although I guess when you only have 3 rounds, every round's important. But I don't think they've built up any kind of critical momentum, or you haven't really had time to like test and see what you're going to be going up against in the half, sort of.
True.
And it wasn't a long tech pause, so.
It was really short, so it doesn't actually matter at all. Let's see this big old AW from Dagster. CT side, ancient of his team's map pick, you'd have to imagine we're going to see a better performance out of Dagster's AWP here. And I'm excited for it. Maka running out mid, climbing the ledge. Dagster's up. It's going to get the first opportunity, and it'll strike right through gravity.
Trying to come out with a similar style of just bullying and aggressively peeking in the early stages of the round, and will not be caught off guard. It's an AWP they go up against, the last weapon you want to do that kind of a style against.
There is that conversation around Dagster. You know, he's great at the end of CSGO, but we haven't seen him in CS2 all that often. Has he still got that level? And that'll be, if Heroic get through this game today, if they're able to survive in Cologne and go on a bit of a run, we'll get to find out.
Heroic choosing to play this round without information. I mean, without a lot of information, I should say. Nerds is kind of peeking middle to make sure they can't aggress there. Kixon is hanging back towards CT spawn in a little corner just to make sure if they do come middle off that spot, but he's also a fast rotate to the B bomb site.
Dagster's off, misses the shot. Bullet lands between 2 players. Tesses goes down. Now Dagster overrun from Cave, and it's all falling apart for the Heroic defense as 3D Max pinned them to the fence. It is fantastic at the end of this round. They lose the initial player, but they find their way through.
They can, I mean...
With that grenade kill, yeah.
Yeah, they can at least challenge, see if they can get anything, but they might just lose one player. Immediately Exercise misses.
That allows Nerds past the sniper. Now Exercise's attention drawn towards long. That frees up Shush to come out of short. Oh, the AWPer takes a step back. Shush has got him locked in. He knows there's one in Cave. Lucky Lucky falls, and Heroic back in this again. Maka, he's got 5 health left. That's all he's got. Deep fuse now being stuck. He walks right into the open, and Shush will nail him. That is 10 rounds for Heroic, and what a recovery, and what a blunder really from 3D Max towards the end there.
What happened that they couldn't get better post-plant positions? I mean, I think maybe exercise with the AWP staying in the bomb site for that angle. Because 2 of them trapped at the bomb site itself at the end of the day. But yeah, you think of some of the blunders they've had. This round right here, a 3v2 and a post plant that they give up way too easy. They had the 4-on-2 in the first half they let slip away as well. Opportunities squandered just as 3D Max has started to make this comeback look like a reality. Heroic take 1 step forward again. 3 rounds away from Nuke from a 3rd map.
Oh, right through that smoke. Nerds in a battle against Lucky. Loses his life in the donut. Dexter flash is ineffective. Lands just around that edge.
And you're starting to feel more impact out of Dexter on the CT side. The way he got a pick in the previous round, the way he's moving around here to find an equalizing kill, being in multiple locations. AWP is starting to really have influence on this game.
Here comes the bomb up the B ramp. Kicks in. He's going to swing out to the right side, spot that bomb, but gravity protects Djoko. Now Dexter comes back. More of that impact is delivered. Djoko's dead. Remember, Maka got into red, though, and he's starting to think about a flank. Cutting rotations is his goal right now. He should get that opportunity on towards Shush, so suddenly it is just Dexter, and he's got to realize there's a flank coming in, too. That grenade is not placed perfectly whatsoever, so now he's in a tough spot, and he's just annihilated.
10-7. Even though Dexter does a good job of coming in and finding equalizing kills twice, they still can't handle it. And actually, that's a nice freeze frame.
Yeah. He shoots that as a profile picture.
We love that. I mean, look, even though 3D Max lost the last round, they goofed in the post plant. Their actual takes of bomb sites have looked solid.
Yeah.
Like the actual fights that they're getting into, winning, opening kills a couple of times on this T side as well. This map ain't done yet. This series ain't done yet.
Nope. It's great from 3D Max. There's life in them again here on Ancient.
Hero M4 on kicks and pistols otherwise.
Not pretty. Kicks in. Gets boosted up. Can't do that on your own. So Djoko's going to know there's a second player close by. Shush has got a flank going on here, and timing just eludes him. The bomb is able to get through the water, back outside of those B doors.
I think they heard the footsteps. I think Lucky's calling it out right now. I don't think he realizes how far past he is.
Exercise just holding for
But
it.
he's saying the possibility's there.
Yeah. Will Shush get lucky here? Sees that bomb. Oh, the boost is being assembled. Shush is coming around the back. He knows he can execute too, and he brings both of them down with ease. That is fantastic from Shush. Heroic back into this, and this is going to be another round for 3D Max that they wish they could get back if this goes against them. The bomb is dropped just outside of those double doors. They have utility left, and that is good usage of it. Smoking out the doorway, clearing that defensive player back with a molly, and they've recovered the bomb.
Recovered the bomb, and they've opened the map back up. While that bomb is down, it's like you can really only end at one place, but look at the read. Look at the jump from Heroic. Nert's going to peek middle, sees one jumping down, and now they know they've been spotted. They still want to commit to the 8 bombs, so there's only 17 seconds.
They have
Both
to.
defenders here.
And Dexter's positioned himself perfectly. They're distracted by Nerds, and now they realize that Dexter's out to the other side, but they didn't turn in time. They couldn't figure out where they're being shot from, and Dexter's silencer allows them to silence the attack. That is huge. Heroic recovery out of nothing.
You can't survive this. This is 3 heartbreaking rounds in this map for 3D Max, where they've had advantages, big advantages, positional advantages, player advantages, and they're just giving them right back. They're gonna look back at this game and just be so disappointed.
This is their last good go here, 3D Max. Lose this and their finances are drained. Coming out of elbow, Shush denies the life of 2.
And I think that's a call, that's a play out of the frustration of not being able to win some of those advantages. The first time we've really seen them try to send mass bodies through smoke and middle, it's just mowed down. We're going to Nuke.
And now Heroic become favorites. A lot of tough pills 3D Max had to swallow throughout this map of Ancient. Some rounds that live rent-free in their heads.
All right, I'm confidently going to say that you all have about 50 seconds of time.
In before. She was just sprinting him as fast as he can. They're just going to chill out, hang on to that AK-47. I mean, you have to at this point. There's absolutely nothing worth talking about in the next round here for 3D Max.
Yeah, this really will be basically the only rifle that they'll have. Check out this losing bonus. Yeah, it's only at 1, so they'll get 1900. Maka could drop a rifle if he wanted to be a real champion and go down to a pistol. Maybe just utility for the team to get him activated. And even this AK-47
Goodbye.
will not be saved.
Goodbye. Goodbye to the... Well, can't die after the time as well. Oh, it's extra insult injury.
I think he made it, didn't he?
Oh, just about. Okay.
Nope, 1150.
Okay.
He did not make it.
Yeah, that's all. That's definitely just the extra insult to the injury, but doesn't matter all that much. They weren't going to have much to play with in this round anyway.
No, but you know, you would like to have that one AK-47, anything really, to make this round to give you some kind of weapon to try and base a tactic around. And now you've got to call your final timeout, scratch your heads, and see what you can come up with. I think this almost forces the situation where Maka's going to have to drop an AK-47. Like, you need something, right?
Yeah, you got to throw everything you've got into it. Find the mixture, the concoction. And that's Khalil coming out on the Maka. Mac 10 here for Gravity, Tech 9s coming out on the rest. And they'll salvage what utility they can.
Just way too many missed opportunities for 3D Max. 3 rounds of strong advantages that they gave away in disappointing fashion. And if they just got one of those back.
Just one.
Just one of those back, this would be doable.
And it is because of that that I have hopes that Nuke will be a great map of Counter-Strike. So what idea have 3D Max come up with what they've put together?
This is a fake.
Djoko into the B-bomb site. Not effective in getting a kill. And now the bomb, well, still positioned outside of B lane. They're kind of funneled into this play. Tessus makes a bit of a mistake. They're closer than he expected, but he's got Kicksan to protect him. Kicksan takes a dink. Little unfriendly reminder that there's players possibly at the bottom of the ramp. And when I say players, I mean one. It is Exercise here.
I mean singular.
Yes, player. And he ain't playing along anymore. It is 13-7. It is a recovery from Heroic. A huge bounce back here on Ancient. And they are going to settle the score over on Nuke. Welcome back to the Intel Extreme Masters Cologne 2024. We've got 3D Max and we've got Heroic. Map 3 is the decider. One of these teams heading home on day 2. That would be absolute disaster for both. 3D Max, a team that got the last second invite due to visa issues with BetBoom. And for the side of Heroic, they've only just had Dexter land.
I think it'd be a disaster for Heroic, who've just, because of the Dexter situation across multiple tournaments and finally getting him in here and just the expectations that they have. For 3D Max, I don't know if it'd be a disaster, but certainly disappointing for a team that feels like they're on the rise and playing solid, good Counter-Strike from what we can see. Few mistakes here and there. I mean, Ancient was all about the blunders that they had, the 3 massive letdowns they had. This is going to be fast-paced. Towards the upper bomb site we go. Heroic wasting no time on this T side.
Yeah, it's a quick play, and it's effective so far. Mackin making sure that that trade comes in, but that's all that he can get. Nurse will close the door on them and they'll swing it right back open. Djoko continues to swing himself this time. He'll be entering a few interesting clubs, and now Graffiti, he goes down. He ends up getting picked off pretty quickly, and that's a decisive pistol round for Heroic.
Yeah, very decisive, very fast, and sets the tone early. 1-0 for Heroic on this offensive side of Nuke, and yeah. Dooley's dropping right into the Glock, staring down the barrel immediately, and an easy cleanup as Heroic swing into the site. No investment from 3D Max in this round 2. $0 spent. Excuse me, 300 right at the end. Why do they do this to me?
Well,
all day they've been like this.
Didn't they sell? No, they still got the stack. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, Jason. They just like bullying you, making you a liar. And this is not going to happen for them this time, Jason. It's going to be nice and clean from Heroic.
Oh, I mean, they've dropped the smoke at door to stall something out so they can set up this play up secret. But with no flashbang, you have nothing to really activate it. So Tessa's going to get close up with an AK-47. He's going to get at least one easy kill. Oh, and they line up as he drops down. He knows there's one more. AK-47 handles business.
Yeah.
Tessa's with a triple kill, and it's going to be 2-0 Heroic.
Tessa's making sure that doesn't go anywhere, should it? Handles business like a boss, and it's now 2-0 for Heroic. Money's back in the bank here for 3D Max.
The conversation for 3D Max between the maps has to have been, we're playing well. We put ourselves in positions to have good rounds, to get the momentum back in our favor, and we let too many slip. So it's a lot of, in post plants, play smart, communicate, talk to your teammates, come up with a plan that you can stick to.
Oh, spammed out through that vent. Lucky gone. That's a poor start here for 3D Max. They're not going to be happy about losing a player in that fashion.
Especially when you don't have a whole lot of utility to help you recover. There's no kit either, and now you got to play a long, long round with a man disadvantage. So 2 players drop down vents. They want to retake outside. It's Tessa's chilling and waiting. Utility in hand, and he's exposed. He's got to be really careful. Oh, now the present's given away its secret, so Tessa's will be very aware.
Charging in towards Djoko. That's Kickstand going down. Couldn't quite get a second. It's a very committed position. So Heroic's down with 1 player extra at the moment. Tessis is investigating his way through main. He wants to get in towards this upper bomb site. He's soon to find out that there's no one really here. In fact, it is completely clear. And Tessis can start to call that to his teammates.
With the man disadvantage, 3D Max was saying, oh, please go ramp room. Please, we already have 2 players down lower, even though you got that kill if you commit down there. So, I mean, a really good search for Tessis to discover the upper bomb site is wide open. And this will be another round where I think 3D Max, they might test and see if they can get a gift, but 1 kill goes against them and it's a save call. And even without them testing and peeking into the bomb site, they say we want nothing about this. No utility, no smoke, no kit. And a 3rd round for Heroic. And also, I mean, when you go back to Ancient too, remember 3D Max got buried in a hole early on. That was a recovery mission from really early in the first half. They're sitting here saying, we don't want to play that kind of a game. We want to have it. We want to make sure that we're actually battling the whole way through, which seems obvious to say, and it is, but a good start. Them getting on the board early and putting some rounds together is so critical. Nice trade from Degster. And with 3 saved rifles, 3D Max have an early decision to make. Gonna drop some weapons over. FAMAS goes to Lucky. M4 goes to Djoko. And 3D Max tries again.
Back into the battle they go. Throw the early molly to prevent Tessus from getting offside control, and what this does is allows Lucky some timing to get close to Tessus, and they're going on this. They're actually really getting aggressive. A second flash stops Lucky from continuing his push over the top and likely keeps Tessus alive.
And gives them the information. They pressed forward, there was aggression outside, there were bodies, at least 2, and they've backed away.
Now Kicksan has the task of doing the outside smokes himself. The burden of an in-game leader. And he nails them. Just like Stewie.
Oh, nice flashbang. Tessa's made a footstep. Maka, it's still, there's so much smoke, he doesn't know what the fight is going to look like, so backs away from it. And Tessa's will cross quietly towards Secret, but he wants big garage.
Smokes fade away. Oh, Maka reacts faster than Tessus. Puts one right in his dome. 40 seconds. That's all that's left here for Heroic, and now they're a member down, and they don't really have that access point into main they wanted with the setup outside, so it's a funnel into the A side, but all from the same side, all from door and hut. Maka causing problems, softening up another opponent coming out of Squeaking with 20 seconds left. They've still got so many threats they've got to deal with, but they deal with them easily. Shush just shuts down Exercise and Gravity towards the back of the bomb site. Bomb is now planted and a retake begins.
Yeah, but bad positions from Heroic out in the open, so this has been cut down quickly. Hut has no access with the smoke in it. They've got to come around Squeaky, and Kicksan's there for just one. Nertz, his time to shine.
Well, Flash goes out of Hut, keeps him at bay for now, and he drops on back. That defuse happening. Nertz not stopping it. Defuse all the way stuck, and Nertz just can't get there. Can't get around that corner. And that's 3D Max finally getting onto the board here on the 3rd map of play.
Nertz goes down right at the end as well after the defuse. Maka swings on Hut and finds that final frag. So there it is. 3D Max get their first round. Costly with 3 players falling, but taking really good advantage before Heroic can get comfortable in the post plant. Great entries from Shush that go to waste.
Dexter's off out on the T side. It's charging. It's going real fast outside. Dexter taking damage. It won't slow it down too much though. And here's the first fight on ramp. Well caught by the observing team as Shush goes down just towards ramp room. And Dexter, missed shot. He's dead. And so it really has not gone well for Heroic in these aggressive openers. Settles down into a stalemate. Grenade is perfectly positioned. Kicksan eats that one up. Nertz now on the AWP.
Lucky deploying a smoke to give himself some cover for a safety route. Maybe confuse Heroic thinking that he used it to get away.
He's got the right read.
He's now trapped in this position though.
He's got to intermittently peek between Credit Card and behind him, and now he sees Tessus. Oh, that's a big clear. That's an important fight and impressive from Tessus that he's able to get it. Now with 45 seconds left, Heroic even those numbers out, but they do not have the health to feel comfortable here.
And this is such a good position to grab this information. Gravity playing this very smart. Nertz is going to hard clear him though.
Oh my God.
Straight to the dome.
This is some sick shooting from Heroic right now. They just aren't missing. They have to be instant on these headshots, and they're getting them every time. 25 seconds left. They're going to go towards the A site. They're going to climb up heaven to do it. Nertz, while Molotov Hut Exercise could still win this, but he's cleared out. They lose every single jewel that comes their way. 3D Max collapse, and Heroic. It's just insane how they win all those fights.
Yeah, I mean, it's actually really solid positions for 3D Max players, just domed. And no chance for anyone to be nearby from 3D Max to trade. And Djoko once, he's considering going for it all of a sudden. He backs away to ramp room. So 4-1.
They've got you scared from last game, don't they?
Yeah, a little bit. I don't know what to say anymore.
It's a crazy performance there from a lot of players on Heroic. Nerds' shots was sick. Tessa's that clear out of garage looked like he was going to go down very quickly.
That was what, a 3-on-4 for in 3D Max's favor, and Heroic just get all the frags to bring him right back into it.
Now the money's kind of in a weird spot.
It's at a weird spot at a weird time in the half.
Yeah. So imagine a half buy around the saved AK.
I think that'd be the smart decision. They might get pulled into a full buy, and I think if you do that and lose it, you're gonna be battling against your own economy for the rest of this half, which is never a fun position to be in. We'll see what they decide to do. It's their first time out used by 3D Max.
Now they're having those conversations. Eventually they'll have to come to their decision, and currently it is looking like they're going to go for a half buy. Get a decent amount of utility. If Djoko obviously can save his extra cash here, so he's a similar amount of money left over as his teammates. So that saved AK can make a big difference. That's their best shot here to get something done in this round for 3D Max. Otherwise, Heroic are off to a 5-1 lead on the T side of Nuke. A reminder of the context of this elimination here in Cologne.
Shush about to get pressured. Flashbang sells the game, so he just backs off. Wants nothing to do with the lobby crunch from 3D Max.
There's that first fight, it's Maka. He's got an AK, so there's two in play now for the side of 3D Max. And Djoko looks to wield his against Nerds, but that is not an easy fight to win. Against one of the best riflers. Kicks and fends off Maka, protects his teammate. And 3D Max are down to 3 players. Dexter has it held to a secret.
So does Kixon. They still test it. Dexter kindly removes Gravity's head. Exercise the last one left with this 5-7, an admirable battle that he will eventually lose. It's 5-1.
What a sick start it is for Heroic on this deciding map. 3D Max have got to start pulling up their socks here. There's no AWP, it's just full rifles for the CT side. Dexter will wield his. Shush already trying to be a little sneaky about that, but it's stopped by Gravity through the smoke. Dexter burns away Exercise, and this isn't the start Heroic could have been liking. Djoko waiting inside a trophy room.
Surely you don't recover this. Surely you don't recover this. Too many good positions. I was trying to jinx it. I was trying to help.
It doesn't work out this time. Heroic just fall to pieces.
Yeah, that's a nice initial hold from 3D Max that really gives no breathing room over to Heroic to manage to come up with anything. So should be a second round. When all is said and done, Dexter and Nertz, the only 2 remaining, and they're kind of just stopped with nowhere to really go.
Lucky will climb through secret. Nertz, low HP, not red. Soon to be dead, you'd imagine, but Lucky will take Dexter out first. Now they know where the AWP is.
Yeah, this is a little dicey though if you're 3D Max. Okay, Nertz is just going to chuck it away. I was going to say if they actually attempt to chase down that AWP, like that can be very, very costly for an economy that's not really set at the moment. Good job from Gravity.
Speaking of economies that are set though, Heroic have so much cash.
He was going for it. He was jumping up the silo.
He's trying to get to that AWP. Good start from Gravity in this round though. Stops Shush from getting out of the door. And it is confirmed now that the winner of this game will go on to face Furia, who have just conceded against Team Liquid.
Mm-hmm. That's what we're talking about, baby.
Yeah, North America on top, Jason. You love Canada?
I do enjoy Canada.
There you go. It's full of maple leaves and great Counter-Strike players. Connor and Launders.
Great Counter-Strike players? You said? And then
Yeah.
Connor and Launders?
I said great Counter-Strike players and Connor and Launders.
And Connor and Launders.
Yeah.
Okay.
Just so we're clear, that is exactly what I said and what I meant.
All right, smoke's being picked up. Kixon's got a stockpile for that outside wall. 1, 2,
See how easy it is?
3.
Yeah.
Hey, future pros. I bet he said that as he threw him. Hey, future
Yeah,
pros.
Rush just hitting those keys somewhere in the world. Although it is probably past his bedtime, isn't it?
Yeah, Rush is his early sleeper.
6:50? Nah, he's definitely in bed now. There's a big swing from Shush. Again, goes down first. Not exactly comfortable here for Heroic in back-to-back rounds, but this time they're staying in the fight. Staying in the battle. Nertz inside of main, catches one walking right in front of him, and now they can focus on Lobby. Exercise is spotted behind the flames, and Nertz just decapitates him. It's now Djoko dropping out and taking Kicksound with him. 35 seconds. Nertz is so low. 31 health left on Nertz. And Djoko just takes a few steps back to take a breather because he thinks Nertz could push him through Squeaky.
He thinks Nertz could also drop down the vents to the lower bomb site, so he's trying to cover both those options. He's got a huge health advantage.
Nertz gonna have to plant soon. Nertz hasn't been missing much. He's 9-2 right now, and he would love double figures. Plants at the back of the site. Djoko realizes his next opponent is lying in wait around this corner somewhere, and he nails that headshot the second he gets the chance. He goes right back, focused on recovering the AWP. And Nertz will lose the 1v1 duel.
That's a fine rifle work from Djoko in this round, but also a little bit confusing and hectic for Heroic. At the timing of this kind of lobby push from Djoko, they had control of Squeak Door as well due to a mid-round push there, so Heroic's like taking the bomb site, but fights are still going on immediately next to them in lobby. And once again, could never get comfortable. 5-3. 3D Max doing a really good job of chewing into this lead, and they've got Heroic at a breaking point where the money is just not there any longer. One more buy for Heroic that 3D Max's defense needs to burn through. And they take a timeout.
They were off to a flying start, but starting to crash and burn in this first half. They want to leave with more than 5.
For sure, but the nice thing is they've given themselves such a nice start that it's like, even if you struggle for the rest of this half, add 1 or 2 more rounds onto it, and you're going to be sitting there and be like, that's a great half.
You definitely have to add a few more rounds onto it. You don't want to go out of this half, right, losing a huge string of frustration.
But it's, I mean, it's important to like just think about that in terms of the luxury that you have on the T side going up 5-1 in your first 6 rounds.
Sure
you know,
is,
like
yeah.
you get to play the rest of the half without a whole lot of pressure because you already have a good number of rounds. After that, it turns into really good and then great. And that can be one Tech 9 bust at the upper bomb site, as we've seen a number of times. It might not be this cross, because Lucky on the last bullet curves right into Degster.
Yeah, that's rough for Degster to have to swallow, but he's down. Heroic once again lose the opening kill, and it looks like Kixan's about to meet the same fate because Djoko was already down here in the lower bomb site. Kixan's gone, 2 players up for 3D Max, and that was the call out of a timeout. It didn't really work out here for Heroic.
Well, and also like Heroic, I feel like in the last few rounds, like anytime they've done like a faster pace, more aggressive opening on the T side to try and get into some action and make a play early on, it hasn't worked out in any way, and that's awkward.
That's really awkward. Maka just starts running away. Shoes gets the freest kill of this game.
I think someone calmed that outside was open for the wrap all of a sudden, and that's what caused
Now they're walking right in to test this outside. 3D Max has given this back to Heroic.
Yeah, they need to have a big conversation after this event about how to play man advantage situations. The amount of rounds Heroic has been able to bring back from 3v5 from 3v4 is a little bit too much.
Yep. That timing?
That was.
Nurse just comes down the ladder as they walk right past him.
And he had the bomb.
They were so close. But yet so far, and now he just walks out onto the A bomb side, puts that bomb down, Shush is in a incredible post-plant position. Not with the best weapon for the job, we'll say.
All you need is one, though.
Yeah, it's basically a shotgun, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right, Shu, show us what you got in your old shotgun here. Nothing, actually. It doesn't get a shot out. Now they fly up the ladder, and now they're both coming in from heaven. At least that's information they can play with. But if they get these kills quickly, they can get back into this. Testes is in a 1v1, and he's so low. He's at 19 health, and that bomb is planted at the back of the site, so he's forced into the open, and 3D Max somehow bounced back off of it. I couldn't believe they found a way into that.
No, I can't either, and it came down to that op on Shush up in heaven. Awkward peek, getting spammed down, panicking, and then a kill on the ladder. I'll tell you what, though, I'm amazed Djoko even peeked. He had a kit behind silos when the last player's over in mini. Like, that's a stuck defuse, I feel like 10 out of 10 times. He just gets the style points of finding that last headshot. Some big clutches from Djoko in this game, in this series so far as well.
3D Max saved themselves that from utter disaster because they handed it back to Heroic. They've won it twice. And this is a faster play through ramp, in fact. Maka trying to hold on to it. Djoko making sure he plugs that gap and slows it right down. Exercise coming in to try and capitalize on that flank, but they had turned already and they were aware that that was a possibility. And Dexter makes quick work of Exercise.
Oh, that's a tough kill to give up. That's a really tough kill to give up. Gravity might be thinking the same thing. Get aggressive, find an equalizing kill. Nert's on the other side of this wall.
He's just teasing him. He's
teasing us. Gravity doesn't know it yet, but he's teasing us.
Yeah. That's edging right there as well.
That's about as close as you can get.
Yeah. She was climbing up towards heaven. Graffiti.
Graffiti?
Just giving up now. Too many, just French, man. It's too hard. Here comes Shush from heaven.
His damn V's.
He's goddamn French. Shush off the top. Mac 10 takes Gravity out of there. Gravity. And with Heroic 4-2 up in players, they have comfortably found themselves a 6th round.
Upper bust fake into the ramp room hit, gets stalled out. But a couple ill-timed, over-aggressive pushes give Heroic the opening they need to walk into that upper bomb site. Lead is now 2. Djoko's doing everything he possibly can to keep his team in this map, to keep this scoreline as close as possible. 2 clutches on this map. 12 kills so far.
Terrorists win.
But Heroic get one of those extra rounds you were mentioning. They got the 5-1 lead. Now they've got their 6th. Come close to winning a few others. There's that Mac 10 raining down from heaven. Interestingly, they have a sponsor called Polka Dot, and they have stripes. The Heroic side.
Really good point.
Yeah.
We should have a conversation about that.
You know, just something I've noticed.
Yeah, it's been eating at you all day.
It's just like, it's annoying me.
Finally here in the 3rd map, you just couldn't handle it
It's
anymore?
like, I've had enough. This is my last chance to say it. They could lose and go out of the tournament.
True, and then you'd have to wait for the next event they're at, and you can't do that.
Yeah, they got to get Polka Dot jerseys for the next one.
Please don't. If I see any team with a polka dot jersey, I'm going to be upset.
That would be awesome.
I'd be really upset.
That'd be so cool. We'd get Jason one of them.
It would not be
You'd
cool.
suit some polka dots. Pink ones as well, man. That would be your color. Kicksan setting up the outside execute again. It's a one-man show.
Maybe he just doesn't trust anyone else to do it.
This is like Hugo. He's just a control freak, you know. He's like, I'm gonna do every smoke. Oh, there they go. And it's just beautiful to watch it every time. Lucky, straight through those smokes. Doesn't really matter if they're there or not. And he's just gonna take that kill on Tesses.
Not a bad position for Gravity. But they're not going to come through this smoke. Oh, he's going to be cleared. Shush looking directly for this. Better be perfect with that 5-7. Better be ready, and he is. He gets the jump as the smoke fades, and there's the follow-up swing from Lucky. Even dink down Nertz. Oh, this has turned into a disaster for Heroic. They've been stopped cold at the choke point, and a 5th round for 3D Max with just pistols.
They're definitely choking on that. That sucks. And now Maka, he just locks Dexter out of it. 5th round there for 3D Max. Last round of the half coming up. A couple of players will be able to get everything they want out of this for purchase for Heroic, but you'll have some weaknesses, in particular on Kicksan. Majority will be on rifles.
Nice turnaround from 3D Max to recover in this. 4 of the last 5 rounds in their favor.
I think you'll still be happier, like you were saying with Heroic.
Absolutely.
With the rounds they've got, but could have had a few more.
Could have had a few more. Tech 9 on kicks it. This time it was Shush throwing those smokes. They look just as good. Shout out to Shush.
Yeah, he can do it.
Oh, they want to go through that to Mini. Oh, lucky.
Oh,
Living the dream.
no way.
Didn't have the timing on the smoke fade and completely punished. The other 3 players, 2 players, cross over to Secret. That's the bomb committed as well. There's one more smoke on Nerds if they need to readjust, but they seem pretty committed here. Question is, where do the other 2 players go to sync up with this attack? Lurking outside at Red Box, lurking on top of the mini roof, puts a lot of pressure on this to deliver, and it's not going to. Djoko saw that boost coming a mile away.
Gravity, oh, swings into what Shush. It's a great headshot from the Dane.
They've recovered a number of these rounds, right? These 3v5s, they've found ways to get back in.
Good information spotted from that Heaven Peak. Nerds, so he finds a way back in by just pushing down, catching Djoko, and now we're at a 3v3. There's still some time to play with here for Heroic. 35 seconds.
This has been a real issue for 3D Max whenever they have player advantages. There's so much investigating going on when they're in 4v3s, 5v3s. They're still trying to figure out exactly what's coming, and Heroic's been able to grab and nab a couple freebie kills off of it, and now they haven't come to the realization, they have just now, that lower bomb site is very exposed.
Maka looks to try and stop them. Smoke's coming out through Decon. They'll get that bomb down. It's confirmed to be planted, so the last round of this first half will come down to a retake.
They have 1 Molotov for this retake, that's it.
And they all start charging in from the same position. All 3 through ramp. Nerds is the first test, the first obstacle they must go around, over, or overcome. And Nerds just absolutely destroys him in that first headshot. He gets cleared out eventually. They go through him. Shush from the control room. The first bullet wasn't accurate, but he composed himself and finished it off. And now it's Dexter from the double doors. He goes for the fight to close it. Yeah, confidence for Dexter, and a 7-5 scoreline picked up off the back of that. Heroic looking to stay alive here in Cologne.
All right, baby, last half of Counter-Strike, and then we're buying some plane tickets. One of these two teams is going home. Heroic got a 2-round lead. 3D Max have done their best to fight back, but they've got to switch over to the T side. It wasn't the prettiest opening half from them.
Travel Manager is loading out the PC right now, and right now, I don't know who. It feels like Heroic will be the one staying here in Cologne for a little bit longer at the moment, Jason.
Sure.
It does feel that way.
Okay.
But I'll not underestimate 3D Max until the second half gets underway, and that's exactly what we're doing right now. We've got a T-side pistol for 3D Max. They haven't exactly been the greatest pistol team here in Cologne. But hopefully, no, it's not a good start. Dexter.
Why'd you do that to him?
No, it's getting a lot worse for them. Dexter just destroying them outside. 2 lovely headshots, nice and clean. Djoko at Unbreakable is broken apart by Nerds. Exercise trying his best and actually keeping themselves somewhat in it until Nerds just perforates his skull. Now it's Gravity left alone, and he actually has
He's got a timing. A really
wrapped
nice
around
timing.
Nerds. He has no idea, and so Gravity's got that kill and hops into the window.
He's got the bomb as well.
All right, a lot of time.
Plenty of time to work with, although it looks like Shush with these dualies. That's a pretty nasty little angle on the other side of Mini. You won't expect it if you're Gravity.
Or Shadow.
Ooh, yeah, he did see it right there, and Gravity's brought this into a 1v1.
Oh, you could do this. TSS is on the lower bomb site right now. So much time.
This clutch sucks for Tess's. He's just like,
where are you and why could you be?
Why have you guys done this to me? I'm already I'm as far away as possible. I have no way to have information, no way to track him.
But he might actually just be in the perfect spot at the end of the day.
Yeah, it depends. I mean, he's pretty committed. He knows he heard the windows break for Locker, so he's looking for that ramp play at the moment, realizing it could be slow and obviously close by to attend to the lower bomb site. But there's no reason for him, I guess, to leave this point. Because regardless, it's a 50-50 pick, whichever bomb site you want to commit yourself to.
Door is going to open. TSS now should be starting to realize once those steps and that bomb plant comes in, he'll turn around and check into this lower bomb site. He's out of hearing now, but here he goes, peeks in, sees Gravity is down inside of that B bomb site. TSS taking his time, getting ever closer, and Gravity's trying to fight him. He's trying to duel him, and TSS wins it out, saves the day, and prevents a Gravity clutch from happening.
That's a really nice attempt from Gravity, though. 1v3, had a nice timing outside to find Nerds, grabs Shush. Just couldn't handle Tess's at the end of the day. Tough long-range fight without armor against the USP, and Heroic give themselves a very solid advantage. This might be the best round we've seen from Dexter yet today.
Yeah, I do feel like the CT side of Nuke is where we're going to get, finally, that Dexter moment, that the moment we've all been waiting for, Jason, is Dexter outside when he gets the AWP. I feel like that's going to be worth it.
Yeah, we'll find out. He had some pretty good rounds on Ancient as well, being mobile, but not really any crazy multi-kills, just finding some equalizers. These were a pair of nice shots for the USP. However, with the plants, 3D Max goes for the second round bye. AK-47 on Djoko, Galil on Gravity, Graffiti, whatever you want to call it. That one too.
Yeah. Now let's spam down through that squeaky smoke. Kicks at. Oh, he's in the vent already. That doesn't really matter. Gravity. Oh, he's very careful. He's very lucky. And he doesn't get detected crossing over. Spam from Dexter. Not too far off, but none of those bullets connected. They get a couple of players down secret.
It's Kixon who's rotated down to stop them. Molotov to buy himself some time to get into this position. He cannot take an instant headshot from that AK-47. He's got to do a little bit of damage and survive. Funnel them towards control side. Buy time for your teammates to get down here. A fake upper execute might actually be quite nice little thing to throw in the mix for 3D Max.
Kixan's also moved off, so he's not... I don't know if he got to spot them or gather any information here. They have just got across, and Mac has annihilated Shush, so 45 seconds. 3D Max have got multiple players up to control room. That fight in main is stopped by Nerds. Kixan still having a look, but he's got to realize that he's left that gap open, and now will confirm to his teammates they're running around the middle of the site. Kicksan swings open the door, gets the instant dink. Djoko, that is so quick. He flicks back up from Decon. Nerds comes in to clean it up, though, and now exercise the Mac of the two remaining players. Just Mac left alone. The lone Frenchman pulls the bomb out and ends up getting swung on by Nerds.
Yeah, the most amazing thing about that, how did Djoko hit both those headshots?
Those kills is so wild,
instant
dude.
headshots at a 180 spin, and they still lose it. Nice positioning from Kixon that whole round, and he gets them off the plant, which could have been huge. That dink scared the hell out of the planter, even though he got covered by Djoko. Getting off the bomb sold the dream.
Just kind of hope we're going to see Djoko's double, but it was wild regardless.
Waiting.
Yeah, just a fist bomb. Where's the slaps at, man?
No, it's not as emphatic. Heroic Org tweeted out they were looking for padded gloves in Cologne.
Because he's arrived?
Yeah. Yeah.
Yep, that would be it. Well, they might not need to keep those gloves around if 3D Max are able to pull this comeback off. There wouldn't be enough damage to the hands.
They're putting this entire third map in the hands of this economic tug of war, right? Bringing the player count down of the CT side, knowing they don't have any money built up in the bank. Nerds has got 3,400, but they still probably think it's a little bit lower. They want that break. But Heroic's at the stage where if it doesn't ever happen for 3D Max, one clean round from Heroic, and they're knocking on the door of another chance tomorrow.
Against Furia. Nerds outside, stopping Djoko. It gets traded by Gravity, who doesn't stop. He keeps running down secret. And look at this, Kixan, just below you. Yeah, it's Lucky. Hello. Little Tech 9 surprise from below. And Lucky is now in possession of an MP9.
I'm surprised he's still trying to take this fight, to be honest with you. He's done such a good job of having presence and making it a difficult situation for the CTs.
Timing. Tessus gets behind him. Tessus sinks that kill.
Nice and easy, and now they're going to run. They give up all the sound cues in the world. Both of them have to commit to the bomb site. Heroic already positioning for the retake. Molotov towards ramp room. Bomb being planted behind the silos. Gravity's going to find an escape route. Or is he? All three retaking from ramp.
Parkour. Gets himself up on the rafters. Tessa sprinting forward, descending down into the site. Oh, it has not gone well for Gravity, so it's all on Maka. And what can he make out of this? Defuse, tap, not stuck. Maka swings, confirms that it's not happening, and Tessa annihilates him with the Velociraptor of the MP9. So that decision does not really work out for 3D Max. They don't pull it off, and that's 10 rounds. So at least the bomb plan comes in. They'll give him a little bit of extra cash. Does that bump them up enough, Jason, to get a good buy?
Not a great buy. Galil's and some utility if they want it. A couple AK-47s. And it's just down to like where do you want to put your risk if you're 3D Max. I feel like they're going to buy just because that's been the vibe they've had. Unfortunately, that's the round Heroic was looking for. 3 players survive, you get the defuse. They too have cash built up. So like 3D Max no longer has that, round win into an easier time to close the gap. Things get real difficult from here.
Door blown open. Lucky. Oh, it's a good entry. That's Kixan down. Trade is fantastic from Nerds, though. They're doubled up in the same position, and so Lucky is not allowed to take a step further.
Oh, Gravity made noise with that jump, so Nerds knows he's outside, but getting peppered from Squeak Door.
Gravity betrays him. Oh, Mac is straight through that smoke. Nerds is gone.
Nerds he gave him every opportunity to spam that down.
Well, let's see how that costs Heroic here.
He's like, oh, I'm getting spammed, I'll change position. Oh, I'm still getting spammed, I'll change position again. Shush has one behind the smokes, equalized into a 3v3.
Even number game.
Oh, he heard that tick. Good information gathered from Shush.
He's lying away now. Shush with the guillotine rolled out. Heads away, lines them up. That's one. Grenade goes out. Is that going to be good enough? Boom. It's close to taking Djoko, but it's not enough to end him. Tankster moves in, and it's quick work on Maka. Djoko dives down the vent. He realizes this is his only play, and Tessus is speedily rotating down to the lower bomb site. He's got that access point covered, and Djoko gets out. And so Tessus is thinking about utility instead, so prevents him from planting safely on default. Djoko's looking for alternatives. And I don't really know how Tessus hasn't killed him yet, but Djoko's doing a good job at staying alive.
It's because Tessus is playing the round smart. He's waiting for his teammate to get there, so he's not committing to any fight. He's making sure he keeps track of Djoko's position. And yeah, it's not the sexiest thing in the world, but goddamn does it secure a round win.
Yeah, that's the one the coach likes, isn't it? That's where they give you a pat on the shoulder.
I like it. Saw likes it.
Let's see. Is he going to give him one? No, just a little fist bump.
Really good round from Shush.
Yeah.
The information gathered with the Molotov. Grabbing 1 kill in the fight, even though he goes down, you gather all the information, you know that someone is still by squeak door, and then you spot 2 to 3 more, able to call a teammate over while you're still fighting. Just perfect. .3D Max again is just in this cycle of buys, and this is the best one they have in terms of weaponry, but missing a lot of the utility they've used in previous rounds.
And it also feels like this is the most important of Cologne. If they want to survive here, they must start winning, and they have to do it now. Gravity takes his own teammate out. Tesses will get 1 extra. That quick rotation from Dexter annihilates Maka. Because for the second, he's damn close, but he's being pushed by Lucky, and that's a wild repeat with a grenade in his hands, and he's punished for it. Lucky's so close to Nerds, but Nerds is going to get cleared. They're back in this fight because of those kills.
Yeah, again, it depends on which way you want to look at it. Back in this fight because of those kills, back in this fight also because of the repeats from Dexter. That second one doesn't need to happen. You get the tag, you don't need to go for the nade.
I was trying to be a little bit more diplomatic.
Yeah, don't be diplomatic. We don't like that.
All right, no diplomat work here. No immunity for Dexter. 50 seconds. 3D Max have got a chance here, but the timing does not work out for Exercise. As Kicksam peeks up to the control room window, he sees the back of his opponent. He just so happened to have the bomb as well, so that rolls into the site.
This has been a really unfortunate half for 3D Max because they've been in decent position for chances in these rounds they've tried to battle for with overwhelming odds with some of the force buys, the low buys, the economic back and forth that they've been going for.
He's faked that he's gone into double door. That's cool from Lucky, but they still check for him.
Not the greatest fake.
No. Better fakes.
Like we've seen this before.
Other fakes are available.
Yeah. Going to recover the AWP for Dexter. 12-5. Heroic have 7 chances to stay alive at Cologne to send 3D Max packing. They got a last-second invite. They're going to have an early return. Does that work?
Yeah, that works. They've been here longer than Dexter, so
that's fair.
That works out.
A way to find the silver lining.
It's kind of sad for 3D Max, a team that would have loved to make the most of this opportunity.
I think, you know, for me at least, I'd say this doesn't, you know, the positivity of kind of some of the tournament that they won recently and the rise that they've been on since seeing them at Pro League, this doesn't really change anything. I think it would have been really interesting to see this team if they'd known they were coming to Cologne for a significant amount of time and were be able to schedule some preparation and really get prepared for this event and the teams they're going to have to play in the play-in. It could have been a different beast. Admirable effort, at least on day 2.
Yeah, day 2 definitely. Day 1
we don't talk about
didn't happen. Yeah, day 1 doesn't exist. Nerds outside looking to be disruptive. Lucky, another opening. Gravity seems to be aware of that possibility, but couldn't handle Nerds. The trade is in. 3D Max, all inside of lobby.
Another smoke just drops at Squeak Door though, so Lucky just says he was lining up to take advantage of something when it faded, but that next smoke was like, nope, that plan's gone. No flashbangs for 3D Max, they've just got 2 smokes.
Bomb's going outside.
So you're going to have to use both of those to cross, right? Unless you want to just kind of walk, cross, and challenge and fight if they're there. If you want to save them for the lower bomb site. If you do that, you'll face off against Tess's, who's outside at Gen.
Ooh.
And Nerds to peek from Mini if they do go dry.
This could be nasty. They're going to use both smokes. They're going to use that utility to get down to Secret. Good spam. That's Djoko down. They lose a member on the way. Nerds is rotated down the vent. Listening for those steps. Trying to figure out which way they go. In the meantime, Lucky is cut off any sort of rotation down, but that's a good kill. That's the bomb down. Nerds gets traded. Now they can fly up the vent because of that kill from Lucky on A. Tessus is in heaven. He still hasn't moved, and Maka goes down. Lucky, the last remaining player, and this could be the last remaining seconds in Cologne for 3D Max.
You'd have to get Lucky.
Yeah, he's gotta. And he's gotta double down on it. All in for Lucky. Big turnaround. Tries to flick back up, but Testes will end the hopes and dreams of 3D Max here in Cologne. They came in as a last-second invite. They had a negative day 1, improved on day 2, and we'll get to see what the future future holds for 3D Max. But for Heroic, Dexter's back, baby. Dexter's return is not exactly the lights-out performance you want to see from him, but at least he's back here, and he has other opportunities still in this tournament.
Well, look, put it into context, too. Dexter's probably had days of stress wondering if he was going to be able to get to make this